Welcome to Shon's Storytime videos for kids every day of the week. Today's story is Happy Tears and Rainbow Babies by Natasha Carlo.
Rosie and Copy looked at each other and giggled with glee. They were going for a walk with Mommy and Daddy. This was their most favorite thing to do. At 5 years old, Rosie was already the best big sister a brother could ask for. She helped Mommy put on her little brother's shoes and hat, and he rewarded her with a huge sloppy kiss on the cheek. She threw her head back and laughed and pretended to run away. Daddy lifted Copy up into his arms, and Rosie grabbed Mommy's outstretched hand. It was time to go. As they set off on their walk, Mommy and Daddy pointed out all the usual sights. They waved hello to Mr. Greg, the neighbor with the beautiful flowers growing in his yard. They barked at Peaches, the little brown dog who lived down the street. As Peaches barked back and wiggled his tail with glee, Rosie and Copy wiggled their bodies pretending to have a tail just like Peaches. This made Daddy and Mommy laugh every time. Rosie and Copy loved hearing Mommy and Daddy laugh. One of their favorite stops on their walk was the little park with the pond full of fish. As they approached the park, Rosie pulled on Mommy's hand and took off running, and Copy motioned to go down. Daddy carefully sat him down, and he wobbled off after his sister. He was only 3 years old, but he already loved copying everything she did. Soon, they were at their favorite spot, the little pond. Mommy set the blanket down, and they settled down on it to have a snack. Rosie stuffed her mouth full with grapes, and Copy dipped his hand in his yogurt, licking it off his fingers. Suddenly, Rosie cried out, "Mommy, look! It's a rainbow!" Copy clapped his hands and cried, "Rainbow! Rainbow!" Mommy and Daddy looked at the rainbow and smiled at each other as a tiny tear rolled down Mommy's cheek. "Oh no, Mommy, don't cry!" Rosie exclaimed as she crawled over onto Mommy's lap. "Don't you like rainbows?" "Oh, sweetheart, I love rainbows. In fact, these are happy tears." "What are happy tears?" Rosie asked. "Well," said Daddy, "sometimes when Mommy gets very happy, she just can't contain all the happiness inside, so a little bit spills out in the shape of a tear." "Oh, like when I pour too much juice in my sippy cup and some spills out?" Rosie asked. "Exactly," Mommy and Daddy said and laughed in unison. Rosie continued eating her snack, and Copy pulled out his toy cars and began driving them up and down Daddy's back. After a few minutes, Rosie turned to Mommy and asked, "Mommy, I like rainbows, but not enough to spill out my happiness. Why do you love rainbows so much?" Mommy pulled Rosie close and gave her a big hug and a kiss and patted Copy lovingly on the head. "Well, first, rainbows are beautiful to look at. Don't you agree?" Rosie and Copy nodded. "But also, rainbows remind me of just how much God loves me. You see, a long time ago, God put the first rainbow in the sky as a promise between himself and the people who lived then." "Like in the story of Noah?" Rosie interrupted excitedly. "Yes, exactly like in the story of Noah," Daddy responded and smiled. But did you know the rainbow can also be used to mean something else? He asked. A rainbow is also a symbol that many families have used to represent something beautiful and meaningful. The rainbow is also a symbol for families, like us, who have had to say goodbye to babies before they could be born, but then went on to welcome more babies into their family. These new babies are called rainbow babies. Rosie looked at Copy, who stared back and sneezed. Let me try, Mommy said, laughing. You know that you and Copy were in my tummy, and then Mommy gave birth to you, right? Well, before you were born, Daddy and I had other babies in my tummy, but those babies never made it to being born. That was a very sad time for Daddy and me. But we believed that God loved us, so we continued to pray, and eventually God gave us you and Copy. That's what Daddy meant by we had to say goodbye to the other babies before we had you and your brother. I think I understand a little bit, Rosie said. I know it can be confusing, but we love you and Copy very much, and we are here to answer any questions you have, Daddy said. Do you still feel sad that the babies weren't born? Rosie asked. Sometimes I do, Mommy said, nodding. But every time I see a rainbow, it reminds me of those babies and that God still gave us two beautiful babies to be parents to. I just wish I could see them and play with them, Rosie cried, snuggling closer to Mommy's chest. It's okay to be a little sad. It's always hard when someone we love dies, but even though we can't see them or touch them, we can do things to remember them with love every day. For me, I try to be the best husband and father by praying for you all every day, Daddy said. And I try to always tell you both and show you how much you are loved and how grateful I am to have all of you. And maybe later, we can do a special project to help you and Copy remember them, Mommy said. Copy jumped up to chase after a butterfly, and Rosie looked away thoughtfully. After a few minutes, she said, So Copy and I are rainbow babies? When Mommy nodded, she continued, You know what I think? I think that a rainbow baby is kind of a promise, just like the other rainbow, and I am so happy that Copy and I get to remind you of how much God loves and cares for our family. Also, I think that you're the best Mommy and Daddy Copy and I could ever have, and tonight when we say our bedtime prayers, I will remember to thank God for our family, especially our brothers and sisters who are with Him. This time, there were tears in both Mommy and Daddy's eyes.
Did you see today's Storytime kids? Remember, they're hiding somewhere in story. Leave a comment and tell me what skit you found.
She sat on Rooster's birthday cake.
So I hope you like our videos today. Don't forget to subscribe, share it,